NFL free agency. Going to take a look at the top 10 potential free agents according to ESPN NFL analyst Matt Bowen. Bengals wideout T. Higgins topping the list, followed by Chiefs guard Trey Smith. Sam Darnold expected to be the top free agent quarterback should he hit the market after throwing 35 touchdowns last season in the Twin Cities. It's a thumbs up for us. When Bart Scott joins the program, we're going to play a little thumbs up, thumbs down. You'll get it once you see it. There he is, the aforementioned Bart. All right, up now on ESPN.com. Right now, lukewarm on everything. Couple bold predictions for all 32 teams across that article. That includes the Vikings keeping Sam Darnold and trading J.J. McCarthy. Bart, are you thumbs up or thumbs down on that?
I got to be thumbs down on that. I don't think you let J.J. McCarthy, because the rule is to try and have a quarterback on a rookie deal to be able to put great players around you. I think really what they should do is maybe sign and trade Sam Darnold, bring Matthew Stafford in that was with Kevin O'Connell, and then have a mentor for J.J. McCarthy for 2 years, and he can do the Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers thing all over again in the same division.
All right. Matt Stafford, speaking of, 37 years young. He spent a handful of seasons out in L.A. How about the Steelers? The Steelers, not the Vikings, trading for Matt Stafford. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
That's a tough one, man, but I'm going to go thumbs down because I know that Aaron has been linked maybe going there. I mean, I think both players still have a little bit of juice. I think Aaron Rodgers is there, but, you know, they could be playing musical chairs. Matthew Stafford is going to set the market. Everybody's going to wait to see what happens with Matthew Stafford. At the end of the day, the best deal is to keep Matthew Stafford with the Rams. They're a team that puts the world champions to the limit on the brink. If that was a good weather game, we could have been talking about the Rams in the Super Bowl. But, you know, if you got to let them go, I think maybe, you know, going to the Minnesota Vikings is the best place.
The Rams have allowed Matthew Stafford and his representation to go out and seek outside interest. All right, last one. The Lions going out and getting Myles Garrett to bolster that defensive line. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
You know I'm from Detroit, but if I had four hands, to quote the great Rick James, I give it 4 thumbs down. I hate this one because when you think about it, in my opinion, I think, you know, the Lions paid a lot of people last year. They got a lot of ascending talent. You don't want to be hamstrung by that type of deal. Where Myles Garrett really makes sense is in Chicago and in Washington with the Commanders, because they have a rookie quarterback. So you can get Myles Garrett that type of quarterback money and still be able to build your roster around. And by the time, you know, those players are up for extensions, he'll be on the end of his rope or the end of his career, and then you'll be able to move on from him. But you'll try to steal a Super Bowl by loading up your roster because you have 2 teams in Chicago and Washington that don't have a franchise quarterback taking quarterback money.
Bart Scott giving the entirety of the segment a thumbs down, to which I give that a thumbs up. By the way, Randy, what was Rick James giving 4 thumbs down to? You know what? Never mind. Hey, Bart, thanks.
SportsCenter AM. Starting your week on a Monday, listen, from Shedeur Sanders himself, not going to work out at the scouting combine in Indianapolis this week. Sources confirming the ESPN University of Colorado quarterback will continue a trend from the top 3 QBs selected in last year's draft. They're scheduled to arrive at the combine tomorrow, the quarterbacks are. On-field workouts scheduled for Saturday. Sanders is expected to meet with teams in Indy and to throw on campus next month at Colorado's Pro Day. Here's a reminder of who ESPN senior draft analyst Mel Kiper Jr. had projected as his top 10 picks. He had the Titans taking Cam Ward first overall, followed by the Browns selecting Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter, and the Giants taking Shedeur Sanders 3rd overall. How about a giant of industry? It's great to have NFL insider Dan Graziano with us on SportsCenter. Dan, break out the harvesters. It's combine week. These are the days where the deals get done, decisions are made. What's the NFL draft headline, that could steal the spotlight this week? I think we lost
somebody going to trade up for – hello? Is everything all right there?
I think we got it. Let's re-rack it.
Okay.
What's the headline that could steal all the attention of Combine Week?
Well, what are the Titans going to do with that first overall pick? Are they going to take one of these quarterbacks? If so, which one? And if they don't feel like one of these guys is worth the number 1 overall pick, who's going to trade up with them to get it? By the end of this week, we have a sense of how these teams feel about these quarterbacks Remember, it was shortly after the Combine 2 years ago that the Bears and the Panthers made the big deal with Carolina trading up to the first pick to get Bryce Young. So I think Tennessee will have a sense after meeting with these guys what they want to do and what kind of market they might have for that first pick if, in fact, they want to go a different direction at quarterback.
NFL draft will hardly be the only topic at the Combine as all these NFL minds come together. Matthew Stafford trade talks have been heating up. Let's open up the Grazianos. How likely could Stafford's future get resolved this week?
Randy, I think it's a pretty good chance. I think the Rams would like to have this resolved sooner rather than later. Ideally, maybe the early part of this week so they can get to some other business at the Combine. They have been talking to Matthew Stafford about what a new contract would look like. It's certainly possible they reach an agreement and he stays there, but it's also possible that they don't, in which case other teams would be interested in trading for Stafford. We've heard the Giants connected as a possibility a lot. So, but I do think we'll have some clarity on this here in the coming days. Sam Darnold of the Vikings, they could still franchise him. They could still let him hit the market. They could still sign him long term. I think we'll get a sense of what the Vikings' plans are and what kind of market there might be for Darnold if he hits the market or if they franchise him with the intent of trading him. A lot on the table here still for Minnesota. And then, of course, there will be the Myles Garrett trade discussions. Myles Garrett has asked the Browns to trade him. The Browns really, in order to make this work on the cap, they have to wait till after June 1st to do it. But we could get a sense of who's involved, what kind of teams are interested, what the return the Browns might get for Garrett if they decide to do this. I think that'll be another storyline this week. Who's in on Myles Garrett and how likely are the Browns to trade him?
Garrett, fresh off his 4th season as a first-team All-Pro. Dan Garziano, appreciate the insight.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các bạn nha. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn về kênh của mình và những video của mình cho các bạn biết được là kênh của mình làm video sáng tạo nội dung về chủ đề gì. Video của mình sẽ làm xuyên suốt về chủ đề cắt dán này, mình sẽ cắt dán những sản phẩm như thế này cho các bạn xem. Đây là những sản phẩm mình đã hoàn thiện rồi. Sẽ giới thiệu sơ qua cho các bạn xem những sản phẩm của mình và cách của mình tạo ra những sản phẩm như thế nào. Và để tạo ra được những sản phẩm đa dạng màu sắc như thế này và như thế này thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Những dụng cụ phụ bổ trợ như là đây là giấy thủ công màu các bạn. Trước mặt bên tay phải của mình đây là giấy thủ công màu. Nó có